Okay, so today we will continue with further commands that we will use in the terminal. And the first command is the df command that will show us how much free space we have in the different partitions of the system. So if we will just press df, it will recognize all the mounted partitions. So if you have a hard drive that's plugged in the PC but it's not mounted, you will not see that here, okay? You need to mount it first. And it will tell us here, for example, that in the root directory, so there is a separate mount for the root and a separate mount for the home in this computer, even though physically the root and the home belong to the same hard drive. There is one device, one hard drive. I have partitioned this hard drive in several parts. Two of them are the home and the root directory. So here we can see the space usage and the free space. I will show the details now for each partition separately. So for example, for the root directory here, it shows the mounted point here, so that's how I know that this is a root directory, because it's mounted on the root folder. I use 31% of the total size. The available space is something like 43 gigabytes maybe, and I use 19 gigabytes, and the total size is 16.7 gigabytes. For the home directory, I use 70% of the space. There are something like 130 gigabytes free, and out of, I don't know how much is that space, but don't worry that I don't know what this number is, because we can run df with a -h flag. That makes everything human readable. Okay, now I have 127 gigabytes available. I'm using 26 gigabytes, and the total size is 160 gigabytes. And I use 70% of the space for the home directory. And similar things for the root. Okay, so this is the df command, and it's very useful because usually in bioinformatics we have to deal with large files and several files. So we need to know how much free space we have in the partition that we use, especially the home directory. If you use an external hard drive, or you have mounted a hard drive from another computer here, especially if you work on servers, still here you will see the mounted space and how much free space there is. So be careful when you have to run a large analysis that will produce a lot of data. First, run the df-h command to see if you have the available space in the hard drive to do that, because otherwise maybe you should ask for more space or to use another machine. Okay, so this is the df. Another command is the du. Again, this command tells us something about the space, but it will tell us how much space we use in the current directory and all the subdirectories. So for example, if I use du here, we'll see a huge list of things that will tell us how much space we use in the home directory, and every folder in the home directory, and every folder of the folder, and so on. Okay, get ready for that. So this is a huge list of things, just because I have some things in the home directory. We also see that it tells us the space of the hidden folders. So these are hidden folders and files here. I recognize that because it starts with a dot. Okay, this is a hidden folder of Firefox, and so on. Okay, so this is not very useful, and usually we are not interested in knowing all this hierarchy of folders, how much space they occupy, but we need to know how much space every folder occupies, usually in the directory that we're working in. So for example, here I'm in the home directory. I would like to know how much space every subfolder of the home directory occupies, and not go further into the subfolders and subfolders of subfolders and so on. To do that, I need to specify the maximum depth, and I do that with --max dash depth equals 1. So in the folder hierarchy, this will tell us to go just one level depth. Okay, now things are much better. Again, it will show me the hidden folders, and everything here is in kilobytes. So for example, this is something large. It must be something like 6 giga. So if I want to read everything in human readable format, I need to specify the flag -h. Now things are better. It's 5.8 gigabytes in the documents and so on. And this is useful because if we don't have much free space and I need to free something, to delete some files or folders, there is no meaning to delete things from the small directories, right? So for example, here in search, I have only 30 mega. Even if I will try to delete something here, I will not save so much space. On the other hand, probably I must delete things from videos or from documents, because this is 13 gigabytes and this is almost 6 gigabytes. And the total size of the home directory, so if I will sum up everything here, it will be 26 gigabytes. Okay, this is the DU. Now, if I want to see, the third command is to see how many processes I use in this computer, what processes are currently running. So there is a PS command for that. And if I want to really see the processes, I must use the flag A for all processes, U for all users, and TX. This X specifies that I want to see the processes of daemons, so these are processes that are running in the background, let's say, and of things that occupy terminals. So, for example, some editors like VI and Emacs occupy a terminal, and it will show me all the processes, both daemons and these processes that occupy terminals. So these are all processes from all users here. For example, this VocoScreenNG is a program that I use to run, to save the video, to record this video that I'm currently producing. And the interesting thing, the interesting piece of information that you need to take from PS, and this is the reason that we mainly use it, is this number here, the PID, the process ID. So if for some reason I want to kill this job, to stop this process, because for example it's stuck, or because it occupies too much memory and it makes everything slow, and it occupies so much memory that I don't have access on the program itself, then I can do kill -9 and this PID here. I will not run it now because it will kill the recording, but if I will press enter now, it will kill this. It will do that. I just press Ctrl C to go out of that, so I cancel this command here. Okay, so this is the PS, and another command that I can use to see the processes running on the computer is the htop command. The htop command I just mentioned here, it's not pre-installed usually in the Debian-like machines, and I need to install it, and I will show you later how to do that. So the htop command is a bit graphical, is a little bit more fancy. It shows here the percentage of CPU that different threads in the computer occupy. So here in this computer I have 8 threads. I can run more or less 8 jobs in parallel, let's say. I occupy 2.3 gigabytes out of 16. This is the swap. I don't use swap for the moment. This is the loading of the PC, and this is for how long this computer is working since the last time I restarted it. So 37 minutes. For example, if you run something on a server, you will see that this number can be days or even years. Okay, to go out from HTOP, I can press Q. So with Q, I'm back to the terminal.